I really love Sloe Gin, and today I'm going to make 4 Sloe Gin cocktails that'll blow your mind. Hi everybody, so today I'm going to make 4 cocktails made with Sloe Gin. I am a massive fan of Sloe Gin. If you want to know what Sloe Gin is, stay tuned on Let's Talk Drinks because I'm actually going to make a video, what is Sloe Gin. So the first cocktail that I'm going to make for you is a Sloe Gin Fizz. Now traditionally Sloe Gin is made by macerating sloe berries that come from the blackthorn tree into a gin. They macerate, they'll add a bit of sugar and bottle it. Today, however, I'm going to use something a little bit different. It is Sloe Gin, but it's spelled S-L-O-W. It's Australian, however, what they do is they'll use Davidson plums, which is a native plum from Australia. And the reason that it's spelled S-L-O-W is instead of just macerating it for a couple months, they'll macerate it up to 9 months. And apparently in that last 3 months is where all that flavour and all the really good stuff starts happening. It's made in Byron Bay. If you haven't tried this, for my Australian viewers, go out, check it out. For my viewers from around the rest of the world, just use a normal Sloe Gin. One of my favourites is Hayman's, and so is Plymouth. So first up, we're going to use 45 mils of the Sloe Gin, or 1.5 ounces. Next up, 30 mils or 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. 15 mils or half an ounce of sugar syrup. This is just water and sugar mixed 1 to 1. Then 15 mils of egg white, or what I'm going to use is Aqua Faba, which is just a vegan alternative. So I'm going to make that about 20 mils. Then I'm going to just dry shake that. It's really important to dry shake a cocktail when you're making a fizz because you really want to try to get as much of that sort of head on top of the drink as possible. Okay. Add some ice. Give it another shake. We're then going to double strain that into a glass. Now normally you would use a tall Collins glass. I'm going to make it in just a little short Collins glass that we have here. So this isn't served over ice, just on its own. As you can see, it's a pretty short drink. That's why I'm using it in a smaller glass. And then what we're going to top it off with is, instead of using soda water, I'm going to use some sparkling wine. Just to keep that booze content up. For the garnish, I'm just going to use a little bit of a lemon twist over the top of this drink. However, I'm just going to get the essential oils over the top and discard. There you go. That's a Sloe Gin Fizz. Let's give it a try. It's amazing. Wow. What I love about this cocktail is the mouthfeel. That Aqua Faba, it's just giving a really nice, it's like a velvety sort of foam sitting on top of that drink. The Sloe Gin is coming through, the lemon juice, that sugar syrup was definitely needed just to balance out that lemon juice. That is a really delicious cocktail. Okay, Sloe Gin cocktail number 2. Now this one is called the San Francisco. The San Francisco cocktail, it's been around since 1937 and I found it in the Cafe Royale cocktail book. And the first thing that it calls for is 30 mils or 1 ounce of Sloe Gin. I'm using the Brookie's Sloe Gin. Second ingredient is 30 mils or 1 ounce of a sweet vermouth. I'm using our house vermouth, which is the Dolan Rouge. Then 30 mils or 1 ounce of dry vermouth, using the Dolan Dry here. Just got enough too. And last but not least, just a couple dashes of Regan's Orange Bitters. Add some ice. Give that a little bit of a stir down. Now looking at the specs, it's kind of like a twist on a perfect Manhattan. Instead of using the rye or bourbon, we're using a Sloe Gin. We're just chilling this cocktail down, adding a little bit of dilution as well. Make sure also that you chill down your glassware. All right, let's give it a bit of a try. it's missing something. 1 dash of Angostura Bitters as well. If you're wondering why I'm adding bitters to the cocktail, or why they did back in the day and even nowadays, the best way that I describe using bitters is it's kind of like seasoning your food. If I was to cook a steak or something, I always season it with some salt and pepper. It's the same. Bitters does the same thing pretty much. We'll strain that into a Nick and Nora glass. And for the garnish, it calls for a maraschino cherry. That is the San Francisco cocktail. Cheers. Yum. I'm actually surprised how well the Sloe Gin goes with the sweet vermouth and the dried vermouth. Definitely needed that bittering element coming from the bitters, or that seasoning, as I said before. This is a really good drink. Give it a try. Okay, cocktail number 3. I'm really excited to try this because I've never tasted this before. It is called the Modern Cocktail. And why I'm so excited is it is actually a peated whiskey cocktail as well as Sloe Gins. Now, the first ingredient that it calls for is peated whiskey. I'm going to use the Airstone Land Cask. 30 mils or 1 ounce. Second ingredient is obviously got to have some Sloe Gin in it. It is 30 mils or 1 ounce of Sloe Gin. I'm using the Brookies. Something local Australian. Next up, 10 mils of sugar syrup or simple syrup. 1/3 of an ounce. 10 mils of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Once again, 1/3 of an ounce. Then just a couple dashes of Gaz Regan's orange bitters. Now, it also calls for a dash of absinthe. However, as you'll see soon, I'm going to spray that into my glass. Add some ice. Give it a good shake. Okay. Now, instead of adding that little dash of absinthe before, we just have a bit of a aromatized absinthe in there. I'm just using the La Fée Blanche, and that really sounds amazing. So we're then going to just double strain it into a Nick and Nora glass. And my garnish is just a maraschino cherry. That is the Modern Cocktail. Yum. That peated whiskey is just perfectly balanced in that it's not overpowering the cocktail. The Sloe Gin, I'm actually surprised how well it goes with the peated whiskey. That lemon juice definitely needed to just balance out the sweetness from the Sloe Gin. That is a really good cocktail. If anything, I think that by spraying the absinthe into the cocktail, it's actually overpowered it just a touch. I would probably suggest that you just pour a little bit in, rinse out the glass and discard instead. But that is beautiful. Yum. Lucky last cocktail, and probably one of the most well-known Sloe Gin cocktails, is the Charlie Chaplin. Now, I did a Charlie Chaplin video about a year ago. If you haven't had a look at it, check it out. It was a lot of fun. It's in our gin cocktail playlist. Check it out. Now, the first ingredient that it calls for is 30 mils of gin, Sloe Gin, then 30 mils of Apricot Brandy. And what I love about this cocktail is it's really simple. And last but not least, 30 mils or 1 ounce, once again, of just freshly squeezed lime juice. Add some ice. Give it a really good shake. All right. Once again, we're double straining into a chilled glass. For the garnish, I'm just going to use a dehydrated lime wheel. That is the Charlie Chaplin. Cheers. Yum. The balance of this cocktail is perfect. That apricot brandy, just another level of sweetness, the sloe gin, but that lime juice is just really making it a lot more refreshing. That is a cracking cocktail. We had this on the menu at 18th Amendment on our first cocktail menu, and it was extremely popular. Probably going to put it back on soon. And Ange, who's filming behind the camera, is agreeing, saying yes, it was her favorite drink as well. Guys, that is 4 sloe gin cocktails. Please like, subscribe. If you have any other different types of recipes with sloe gin, comment below. We'll see you again soon on Let's Talk Drinks.